If you're offended, well, we do not apologise. If you can look at this with an open mind and not take life too seriously, then you may just come away well and truly entertained.
Never fear, Sean Big is here, and you are listening to Caithness podcast. And our guest tonight is DJ Rakem and Big K. Anyway, we're in Caithness podcast. We're here with two rappers, well, a DJ and a rapper from Caithness, Big K and DJ Rakem. I will mind that, man. Anyway, we'll start off. How did you get a name, Rakem?
Pretty much RKEM, that's my initials, so I just kind of came up with Rakem. Or it was Rakem, or was it Prince Rakem? I think it was Prince Rakem we came up with first, and I put Rakem because RKM is which my initials, and then I made it Rakem, and I came up with it. It's kind of easy.
That's good, man. I like it. Yeah. And Big K, you know, there's Big K, basically, aye.
I was bigger than I was years ago.
You were, man. Yeah. You're from Caithness, aye, originally, both of you.
I'm originally from Elgin.
Elgin, are you?
Yeah, so, yeah.
Aye.
Half, my mother's side's from up here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so my dad's side's from down in Elgin.
All right.
So.
Just what made you move up here? Was that a change of scene?
She's from here.
Yeah,
she's from here.
Yeah.
So, but she was staying down there. But
did you move up when you were like a kid?
16.
16, aye, means
Well, I moved up when I was 7, 8, but I went back down when I was about 13, and came back up when I was 16. So.
Yeah. No, I was going to say because you're a bit like me because I moved away when I was 8, and I moved into Falkirk, and then moved to Edinburgh, and then I used to always come up and down for a holiday, and I stay up here for a couple of years and go back down the road and. They keep getting restless feet, but this time around I'm up here.
Yeah, definitely. That's good to get away once in a while.
Nah. Where did it all start for you, sir? Like with even having a taste of like rap music, cause
well, my rap actually started with poetry.
Okay.
I could never do rap. Yeah, I could always do poetry. But what a waste of doing poetry when you can't do nothing else with it. Yeah. So I started getting into rap. And as time went on, I started to get a bit better, you know, and then after a while I got my own studio, and I came away from it for a couple of years, you know, a break. Wasn't feeling it the same, but I ended up coming back into it, and ended up getting with my son here, and gave me a wee bit of inspiration of getting back to it, you know.
Yeah.
But he produced my album for me. Yeah. I just done the vocals. You want to show him it?
Yeah.
Show him it. Vinyl.
Vinyl's cool, man. I like.
That'll be with me for the rest of my life, like, but not.
Where if anybody was wanting to buy your vinyl, where could it get?
Not thought that far ahead.
No, because I would definitely buy a copy, like that. Like in the show, I'll post it up as well. But it's a really cool vinyl, like
artwork done by my son too.
Yeah, it's alright. You're saying that came from New York, or is that
New Jersey?
New Jersey, aye. That's cool, man. Was that you're wanting to get it from New Jersey, or could you get a printing press over here? Or was it?
I've never seen. That's where it came from. That's where it came from first. Was New Jersey. It took ages, like, but it's worth it. You know, I was worried in case I got stuff wrong, but came out all right, I suppose.
I think it's always good to have a hard copy, because because I was like that when my book came out. Like it was everybody has ebooks, and I was like, I really want a paperback, and it doesn't matter how many it sells. I just want to have it. It means I've got a hard copy to say that's my book, sort of thing.
All of the presentation.
Yeah, that's exactly and I love that. It's going back to the old school. It's like
Old school.
Yeah, definitely old school. Like, means even did you? Was there any rap up this way, or was it just yourselves that?
There was a few rappers that was doing their thing, but you know, it's a hard thing to, you know,
Totally.
accomplish up here, you know. But I'd done a few mic nights, 1 or 2 mic nights in England, so it got me recognised a bit more.
That's cool.
So I thought that was a bit of fun and sang different. Maybe in the future, maybe we'll do it in other places. I'm actually going over to Dublin, Dublin next week, this week, try and promote my music a bit here. So we'll see how that gets on.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely go back to that as well, because it's like I've got loads of different things just to touch up on now, because this platform's all about, you know, emoting yourself and selling yourself. Because it's always good. Some you don't know who listens to it. But like your album, I would say is old school to me. It's like 90s. It's like definitely hip hop. It's cool. I love it. And that's it, because like by the time 2000 came, it totally changed. But like at 10 years was just amazing. Well, maybe it's because I was at that age when I loved Biggie and I loved Cypress Hill. That was my sort of style.
I'm sure you told me about Cypress Hill.
Yeah, I was trying to get you into Cypress Hill.
I liked them. I still mind you told me about that.
Yeah.
And that was because I was listening to the song a few days ago. You know, minded you did tell me.
Yeah.
You told me and Rory. He was brilliant. I never knew him before. I'm surprised I didn't know him, but I did now know.
I think because it was Mexican rap, and I think at the time it was like, because they're different, because they were Mexican rap, and it's either people never liked the sound of his voice. I loved it.
Yeah.
But Temples of Boom was my favourite album. Yeah. Who was your influences up here, or even when you're growing up? What, like
my influences? Listen to Tupac.
Yeah.
That was my influences growing up. Listen to him. I always could do poetry, but what brought me into rap is listening to him. I think I've got poetry. What else can I do with it? You know. So that's how it started.
But it's funny because rap is poetry. You know, like people look their nose down and said no, because it's really good lyrics and it's really, you know, it's meaningful. It's just the way people are snobby about it. When you think, well, you're a poet, you know.
You have to be a rapper. You have to freestyle. And I can freestyle as well, but it's not also about poetry. It's also about your flow, your delivery. Sorry.
Like, see, I couldn't do it. Like, 'cause I don't think I got it quick enough. Even mind, I got, you know, it's alright writing it down, but like to sit there and be on stage and feeling panicky, and then go blah 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 blah, and then have a flow with it. It's like that is talent. Like, you know, you're really good at it as well. You know, it's
it's just a shame we never saved it.
Yeah,
videos.
I wouldn't. I don't know. Doubt I have that now. You put it on your Facebook. I was mad at you for that. Never let it down. You did it.
Proud of you.
No, I thought it was amazing, because that was like when I was speaking to you last week on the phone, and I can always mind that video, and I was like, he's got something, because
You might see him rapping when he was younger.
that's what I can mind seeing you recorded yourself on the phone, and I thought you were born and good, like yeah, very good.
Lost.
Yeah.
Lost.
Oh man, no, because it was you and Rory, and like, and then you both were rapping there, but I wasn't going to go out, you know, like I could see you're like really, really good there.
He came in the door and went, like your lips, did you have lips on?
I was saying this before I was watching you on the podcast. I was like, there's a few rappers up here, and I don't know, were you rapping by yourself and you're doing your own thing? I never knew both of you are working together.
Well, that time when he was actually doing that, I was having a break at rapping.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing it. Yeah, I had a few years. Nowhere. And I've also had 2 of my songs have been on the radio.
Really?
One at vinyl there. Another one, they've been on the radio, Caithness FM.
Oh, I did see it.
Yeah. But I changed my name for the radio.
Okay.
I had it KGM as my initials. But I didn't feel it, so I went back to myself as Big K again, rapping. So
Big K is a good one, because it does stick in your mind. You know that.
Yeah. KGM was my initials. I know you always should do Sang It Represents Yourself as your name. You get a lot of rappers that change their names as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I tried it, but it didn't work out. I also tried Sound Different. Sorry, by by taking a female singer in.
Okay.
She was called Sarah Scully.
Oh,
I
yeah.
tried something different, you know, to see if it worked. Nah, it didn't work.
Is Sarah a rapper, like?
No, she could sing,
Oh, can she
but she's
sing,
more a country singer.
Really?
So I had to write music for her, and try and get her to do it in an R&B style.
Okay.
But it didn't work for her.
Did it
Tried
not?
to get, it just wasn't working for her. But
It's quite good you're trying to mix it together, like country and rap, because what was the DJ what done that years ago, and I thought it's funny because it's two collaborations wouldn't work, and it worked.
yeah, two different styles.
Yeah. That's really cool. I never actually knew that she could sing. Means what is it? Means you do any gigs up this way, or is it?
Well, we done a mic night in Nottingham. Yeah. No, there's nothing up here. It's up here. I suppose they're doing their thing, you know. But they're more for doing gigs with different types of music, you know. You know, they're doing their thing with their guitar and singing, and that's them. That's not me.
Yeah.
You know.
Because it's like up here, it's like you call it a wedding singer. That works up here. You know if you're singing cover bands.
100%.
Yeah, it's a shame because they're really good talented guys, but like that's the only way to make money up here, or like get gigs. Doing your own stuff and doing something totally different. Like these are totally different in the mold. Doing rapping.
It's not so much, you know, making money, you know, Sean. It's getting that feeling where you get noticed more.
Yeah.
Because actually, when I put that vinyl out, I put my music out, I was getting more recognised by abroad than I was in caithness.
Yeah.
There were more people abroad in America and down south than there were in caithness.
But and that's because like when I even got people to listen to that album, like say, where do you think that's from? And they're like, it's probably down. Well, in fact, they never even said Scotland. They thought it was down in England. And then and I said, no, that's caithness. No, it's from caithness. I'm telling you, because it's really clear sound, and it's a really good album.
It's good to hear.
Yeah.
I'll let my son tell you about the production.
Oh, definitely.
Just home studio anyway, so it's, you know, it's not a normal home studio. No, I mean, he built it before, and I got it. I turned it into my own room, got a mic and everything like that, and we kind of just went and done this. Didn't even take us that long to do it. Then I mixed it, mastered it, and then made the vinyl for it. Was it really?
That's really cool, man. It just shows you how much it's different compared to our generation, because like you couldn't do it in a house and have that good sound quality. Like,
well, Sean, you can make a good home studio if you've got the good, you know, up there, proper soundproof, half decent mic, you know, good. Make sure you got a good pop mask, you know, so there's no, you know, good computer, good digital software, you know, for production. I know what you're doing, and you'll make good music. But if you're only doing things in half measures, it's not going to work.
No,
you know.
Like no, like I know like a few people up here, and they put they either get cloths, well not cloths, they put sheets up to like means the sound doesn't bounce so much. And I knew like down the road people used to put egg boxes on the wall and that. But
old school.
That's
cheap man's soundproof. That's what it is.
It kind of works slightly, but
no.
How did you pad your room out in? How did you manage to do that?
Just normal soundproof, just order it online. Just have my whole wall done. I was going to do just bits of it, but if I did bits, you know, if sound's going to bounce off other bits, I did a whole wall, each thingy, and we got the mic, pop mask. That's pretty much it. It's just, you know, it's a little room, but there's no sound getting out here, so it's good. Like,
that's good.
You know, we do have a cupboard as well that we used to record in, but we didn't. You know, there's no point since the whole room was soundproofed, so it was alright. It's like,
I don't. You see, like singing in a bathroom. How does that work? I always sound better in the shower having a sing song. Is that because the tiles is bouncing it, or is that?
Probably will be too echo. You know what I mean?
Is it?
Yeah.
Alright, because I always thought I sound shit, but like in the bathroom I sound alright. Like,
well, it's like reverb, really, if you think about it, because it's bouncing off. You know, that's probably why it sounds a bit better.
But who is it? You ever been to Billy Fletcher's studio? Was it at Milton? He used to have a really good one.
Oh, is that? I think I know you're on about.
Yeah. Billy McCready, yeah, but he's got. I'm not sure if he's too much in his rap. I went there a few times with another boy, but yeah, he's got a little mixing room, and he's got a room where you record. I've seen that. He's got a nice setup. Was out there a couple of times, but rap's not really his thing.
No, he's metal and old school rock.
Rock, but he let us go out, a couple of times. I've been out in Manson and Grant. I've been up at his as well, his studio. They let me there. But then I realised going to all these different studios, they're into different kinds of music.
Yeah.
And Manson and Grant, they weren't good. They're maybe good at producing their kind of music, but they couldn't produce rap.
Yeah.
It's a different
ballgame. Yeah.
Altogether.
What's Manson into again?
Folk music.
Is it folk music? Yeah. Aye.
I like folk music, Bob Dylan and all
I
that.
love Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan's a different kettle of fish altogether. I like him, and yeah.
But it's quite good to be into a mix of stuff. Like I always mixed it about, even when I was younger. Like I loved metal, but in the same I liked rap. I was never snobby on one sort of scene there. And even stuff I'm like not keen on. I give it a go because it's like when you go alright, like dance music. I was what was a certain type of dance music that I didn't get this, and then after I started getting it. So alright, I get it now. Trance. I found it took too long to get into that, but I quite like trance now. Yeah.
I thought with trance and club, they stole a lot of good music, originals, and made into a beat. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't beat the original and all. They stole original songs, pop songs, and put it into club music.
Yeah.
I preferred it just keeping it pop, but you can't beat original anyway, can you?
No. But that's what Biggie did years ago. Like that's how. Was it not how R&B really came about? Was he was getting?
I'll let you know a little secret about Biggie.
All right.
He copied his style and that from a southern rapper.
Did he?
Yes. Yep. A lot of people didn't know that.
All right.
Yeah. So you'll have to look into that, Sean.
I will look into that.
Same sound, same flow.
I was Tupac that put him on. Juicy, I think it's called that.
Yeah.
That song. It was Tupac that put him on. Like Biggie didn't want to do it. You know what I mean? He didn't want to do it. He said it was too slow and all that. That's true. I heard that somewhere. He said it was too slow, and he went on, and that was his style from then. It was it was him giving him all that kind of slow stuff.
Yeah.
That's how he started doing that. That's true.
That's quite cool, man. I never knew that.
Yeah. I'd seen it on a documentary or something like that.
Yeah.
And Tupac told Biggie to do music for the woman, not just for the men, but do it for the woman as well.
Yeah.
And this is why I think also when women hooks started coming in with the rappers, it started bringing something fresh in, and I thought I liked that as well.
Yeah, I like
so
that.
I thought
that. I really love that song on track 3. I mean, it's probably different, like you said on YouTube. Yeah. It's such a catchy track. Like I'm like, that could be a summer banger. Because I was listening to it maybe 10 minutes before you came in. I've just been constantly listening to it. I really like that song.
You believe it's morning, I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind. You believe it's morning, I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind.
Yeah, see I'm in the streets struggling, young, dumb, and thuggin', give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun up, he hustling. Vision, my nigga, now get in where you fit in. And see prison as just a hot cost of living the life. Ante up, cause if you blow that dice on that OZ, Dorothy ain't going home tonight. That's on everything. Put it on the kids and the wife. Been burying my folk ever since they raised the price on the coke. Searching for a quick antidote. More money, more problems to cope.
You believe it's morning, I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind. You believe it's morning, I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind.
Lately, been feeling a lot of depression within. I feel enough for story, that you sorts of progression. Hip hop is my life, and faith in all my profession. Seen if I die a legend, rap will be my resurrection. Cleverly acknowledging my defense of confession. Brought by rage within my only succession. Fearing from reality will turn into a form of state regression. Unconstrained by discretion, no limitation. As I try to channel new direction and redirect an invincible spy to emphasize and disconnect. I just want my future to be perfect, except I feel like in my life that my hopes and dreams are wrecked.
You believe it's morning, I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind. You believe it's morning, I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind.
I'm staring through my rear view, doing about 90, the pedal to the metal so I can see what's behind me. Buckle up your seatbelt, eyes on the road. They know we riding dirty, gotta play it how it go. They throw down the projects, the club's been closed, and then they wonder why niggas breaking down O's. I'm a runaway slave, you get it nigga off the chain. I got that thug life shit running through my veins, and now they scared. They know that I've been heaven sent, and yeah, we know the joke coming from the president. But look at us, we ain't got shit, feel like we ballin' if we got a new pair of tennis shoes in the ghetto.
You believe it's morning, I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind. You believe it's morning, I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind.
I've always, thanks to him, like I've always agreed a good track has been made, terrible production, it can turn into a bad song. It can be a good track, like, you know, but if bad production, it can turn into a bad song.
It's the same because of like video, like.
And this is, sorry.
No, I was just going to say it's the same idea. Like with video, like you could make a really good video by editing really good, and you could have like not really, you know, or it could be opposite. You could have really good footage, and then somebody edits it, and you're, wow, it looks rubbish, man.
Yeah.
It's ruined it, you know.
Yeah, well, you want to tell him about Sean about your production and that, and you produced it, Ian?
I use Pro Tools. To be honest, I never even bought it. I got a cracked one. So that's far too much money to be paying for that.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody's hearing that.
That's why I use it, or even for making remixes, I'll use FL Studio or something like that. I use different things. So what I use is FL Studio or Pro Tools. That's kind of two things I use. And then
was there not one called Cubase? Was it more dance? No,
I've never used that, but there is one.
Yeah,
never really used that though much.
Like my uncle, he was a sound engineer. Means that's what he used to do. But like it numbs me. Like I love editing it, but like what he does, and he's just hearing the little slight noises in the background and takes it out. But he was working with a company over in America, but they were doing it on his their time. And I mean, it was his dream job, but he was like absolutely drained him. Means now he's kind of took a huff on it a wee bit.
Yeah, I like editing as well. You know, because I'll make a little video as well for a remix I put out. Just get ones from YouTube and cut up and put stuff on it. I like doing everything. I like editing. I like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you're like me. Like some of my nights, some of my best nights is on a Friday night, sitting in a dark room editing a video.
Yeah, definitely.
Like people go, that's really boring. I love it because you can create a story with just whatever you got and make something off it.
Yeah, and you go back and forth. You keep on that same clip, and then that's it.
But see after you're finished, you're like, that's it, I'm done with it. I didn't want to watch it for you.
I agree.
It's only sometimes I go back to it and I'm like, all right, that's how it looks, and then tweak it. Yeah. Means if anybody was going to find your music, where could they go and find it?
It'll be on my YouTube. It'll be DJ Rakem, DJRAKEM on YouTube, and that's where it'll be. Be a mixtape with a playlist, a mixtape, and then all my other stuff. But a mixtape will be saved in a playlist. So it'll be
you on Spotify or anything?
no, we never distributed it through.
No.
The other ones were, but no, this ones weren't distributed.
Aye.
Through them.
Would you ever do it that way, or are you thinking that?
Probably. Yeah, I had 2 or 3 songs on Spotify. It was alright, but I put it through. I kind of mind what I put it through. Some of them companies, yeah. I didn't make much money on Spotify. You need to be playing millions before you start making money, you know, millions of plays. You need to be signed, do you know?
Well, I was just going to get to that. I mean, it's like, because now because you can do it all in your house, and it sounds like, I would say professional, like you would never say that's homemade in any way. But like, I don't know if like you get Jerry Simmons, who's like, he done it himself, and you're like, well, it can be done. I don't know if it's you did need somebody to sign you to a label, but in the same way, I don't know what's better, getting signed to a label or do it yourself.
Well, it's funny how you say that, Sean, because a lot of the old school rappers in the 90s, even 80s, they would record their music at home. They had a studio at home as well for recording their music. That was the old days. That's what we like, the olden days. Just different music now.
But it's the same with like what you're saying about you know, if you did get signed to a label, are you posting yourselves out to a label, or like seeing if they get back, or are you just going to do all DIY and just do it yourselves and see, hopefully?
Probably do it ourselves.
Yeah.
I believe online, you know, nowadays with online music, promoting yourself online, I think it's spoiled things.
Right.
Because I thought it'd be better you go and looking. Like old school, we go and looking to see if you get a deal.
Yeah.
You know, travelling. Because that's what's wrong now. Nobody travels. You know, they just do everything online. Yeah, digital.
No, you're right. It's just funny because I say this to everybody, because people give me different opinions on different ways. Like, because like you could get signed up by agency and they could just rip the eyes off you by going, right, we're going to sign you a contract, and that's you stuck to that contract.
That's all. Yeah. Controlled by them. I wouldn't. I mean, it would be good, you know, to be signed to something, but you're controlled. And then you put, if they don't like a word on that song, it's gone. If you know, I'd rather do it myself. Your own manager, you know what I mean? Be your own manager.
I would say you're right, man, because it's like it takes away. Well, first it takes away the fun of it, and then it takes away the creative side. Because I noticed it with certain things, like with different contracts, I'm like, this is rubbish. I like doing this, but because I'm with this company, you can only do it a certain.
And it's mainstream music, then you have to do all that mainstream stuff that everyone, you know, is like, you know, it's a mainstream stuff. You got underground stuff. The underground stuff's better than the mainstream stuff with millions of views.
Yeah,
I've noticed that a lot.
Yeah, no, you're right. But it's even when you're on about Spotify, like I totally get, like you got to make, like I think somebody was telling me, like the music industry, the artists dropped out where you got to make so much, like millions of views, and you're getting pennies off it. Like videos is the same, because like they know like I can't mind. I got a couple of stuff on Prime, and I was like, yes, but like Prime takes such a big cut from my stuff. I'm like, what? They'll get up and like use big platforms. This is.
I believe YouTube. I believe that YouTube is actually better than like Spotify and that. For getting noticed. The only thing about YouTube, there's a lot of things on there. Not a normal person, musician would put on there. You know, different things. You know, but that's what it's there for. All different things. You know, but mine was there for the music. I lost heart for a while as well. You know. Felt like I wasn't getting enough support.
Yeah.
There's not enough people doing it. Where I used to go, believe it or not, Sean, I used to go into parties, and there's caithness, and I used to start freestyling.
Really?
Yeah, so I was singing you for somebody to say, oh, I work third show, I've gone to parties, start freestyling, so I was singing different, they liked that. But nobody else was.
Yeah.
If there was somebody else in that room, you know, freestyling as well, it'd make that better. But there's not enough people up here, Sean, doing it, you know.
I could think of yourselves, and then I could think of Vandal, and then there was another guy what I found on YouTube. And I was like, I don't know, he comes from caithness, and he rapped in a caithness accent. I can't mind who it was. I don't know if that was ages ago.
Street Credential.
It could be. I think so.
Yeah.
Is he from First, or is he from?
I know he's from Wick. I think maybe there is a boy from Thurso, is it Bob or something like that? Bob Caskells, I think.
I don't know. I was just because I was
Years
looking
ago.
through, because I was trying to find people who were in more in the rap scene up here, and it wasn't many. It was just your name and Vandal was the only other one. Because Vandal's more like.
Yeah, we fell out years ago.
Oh,
I used to go to his studio too.
Because
we fell out years ago, but he went and done his thing, and I went and done mine. You know, best luck to him.
That's the way it be, man. There's no point in holding grudges. I mean, like,
no grudges there
No.
on my part. Just music can be controversial, you know.
Yeah.
Especially rap.
I was just about to say, especially rap. It's got a bad name for it. I think as well, being two guys from north of Scotland doing something for a different style of music.
Yeah.
You know, like
Well, his is more rock rap.
Yeah, I was just about to say it.
Rock rap.
His might.
I feel I hit the jackpot, played the cards I was handed. Finally understand it, it's there for the taking. Self-belief was running, no more God I'm mistaken. No faking, no hate, can't complacent. Hit the ground running, need to witness my statements. Way the fans are jumping, got me feeling amazing. Thank you from my heart, I feel the buzz you created. Never get above my station, feel me like radiation. This is the Vandal station, welcome now my congregation. I'm back, craving no more, this ain't I'm overrated. Here's my album, you can slate it, pass it round. Maybe play it, music shit, rearrange it. Animal inside, change it, this my time, on my grind. Dropping bombs, I'm leaving craters, lit this for myself, man. Stealth is fucking upgraded, passion is alive and burning, something like a Terminator. I make it out, near to the end. Shit pop, bullshit got me starting to trance. The rap game fade, the weak rappers biting. Venom's back biting, you fucking with the titan. Make it up, I'm here to the end. Shit pop, bullshit got me starting to trance. The rap game fade, the weak rappers biting. Venom's back biting, you fucking with the titan. What to say, I feel surrounded, only spitting my life. Didn't expect this music public, man, I spit till I die. Vandal soaring so high, feel like I'm touching the sky. Got new foundations to lay, I'm running short on some time. Write it down and rhyme it out, the more I stand up, screaming, shout. The more I think that I'm gifted, I'm in love with the crowd. So waiting on these critics, they won't give me my shine. They say my mouth is filthy, I step over the line. Never made a penny, standing locked and ready. I'm too big for you to shut me down, you're chasing, I'll be Freddy. Most me now is landed, these rattles in the air. I'm lighting up this genre like you lost and popping flares. Temperature is rising, spotlight got me and it's clear. You nod your head, jump up and down, or you just sit and stare. I'm bouncing on these drum beats like I do not ever care. Don't ever get me twisted, I'm a weak rapper's nightmare. I make it up, near to the end. Shit pop, bullshit got me starting to trance. The rap game paid, the weak rappers biting. Venom's back biting, you fucking with the titan. Make it up, I'm here to the end. Shit pop, bullshit got me starting to trance. The rap game paid, the weak rappers biting. Venom's back biting, you fucking with the titan. From the bottom to the top and don't belong to a class. But bring to me a titan, it's time that we clash. These songs are mine and you can hurry up with the cash. I'm standing on my planet, I'm not needing a pass. I'm out in the flash, how did it happen so fast? They love me in the gutter, I belong with the trash. So I'm only looking up, I know the moment won't last. Only spitting my life, so I won't be flat on my ass. I make it up, got me starting to trance. The rap game made, the weak rap was made, and Venom's back right, and we fucking with the tide. And make it up, I'm here to the end. Sit rock, bullshit got me starting to trance. The rap game made, the weak rap was made, and Venom's back right, and you fucking with the tide.
New metal, a lot.
Metal.
Like when the rappers used to go into metal and mind that mix. What was it? Even a Cypress Hill album was like that.
Well, he did a different type of. He played in a band as well, did he know? Did you know Sean? I think he played in
I think so because I see
a rock band.
I quite like his style's different compared to yours, but like I quite like some of this because I was like, oh, it's new metal, and again that was a late '90s, early 2000s was that sort of style.
Diversity is always, that's what it's there for, different things, Everybody doing the same thing would be boring. Yeah, there's nothing.
No, it's the same. I think in any sort of art place, it's like it's not egos, but like egos clash. Like even like I know with stuff I do, and people are doing a similar thing, and it was just bounce off one another. You think we would have got on, but
It's funny you say about ego, because ego can destroy an artist as well, It can destroy an artist. It can make him lose track and what his gain is, his aim.
Yeah.
But everybody's different.
I know. Like what is it? It was a guy who I looked up to. Like this is down the road, and he, in my eyes, he made it. I was, oh man, he's done what I was wanting to do, and then when what is it? And then he was asking me questions, but it seemed like I was telling him like how to do this and do that. But if I asked him questions, it was just shut off, and I was like, you're not helping, I was, helping him with certain things, and he wasn't doing the same. And I thought, as a part, I was like, he's got a bad ego, don't you? It's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a Scottish thing or if that's, I don't know. It seemed to me it was like, in Scotland, it's like if you're doing something they don't want you to do well. They kind of want to push you down a wee bit. Yeah.
Into the gutter.
Yeah.
Into the gutter.
Yeah.
Somewhere I don't know what to be, in the gutter. No. Somewhere I don't know what to be. But I've been doing a lot of travelling just now, and that keeps my mind occupied. I don't know. Well, we were planning to go and see Jim Morrison's grave.
All right. Yeah.
In Paris. So.
Yeah. You think he's buried there, right?
I've seen documentaries on that.
Hello.
Talking about if he's even in it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Because it's like
no autopsy or nothing. I mean, it doesn't.
Is it his grave? It's spelt wrong, or is it not? Or is that Elvis's grave? One of them.
I'm not sure. His name is kind of. I'm pretty sure his name is kind of different on it, or maybe because it's his full name or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny. I don't think in Paris you have to do an autopsy. It's not needed. They said his heart stopped. Well, obviously his heart stopped. He died. But, you know what I mean? That's not.
But what caused it?
Exactly.
Just like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
That's quite funny. You watch the same documentaries as me. Yeah, it's like I was never into this whole Spurs stuff, and then this last since lockdown, I'm like, that might be true. It might be something into that. It's always if you throw about 10, it's maybe one or two of them definitely is. Yeah.
I agree.
Different artists, their documentaries. I'll look at the films first, and then I'll look at the documentaries. I'll see where I watched that film too.
Oh, it's brilliant.
That was a good film. I can't remember the name. I forget the names.
Yeah, you're about as bad as me, man.
Yeah.
I think what was good was what is it about him being depressed and all the rest of it. I mean, it's like even in men's depression, like he was speaking about it years before everybody's on about it.
Getting depression through epilepsy.
No.
Yeah, so music's, and it stopped him from doing more what he wanted to do. That's music.
We watched that. That's right.
Yeah.
I can remember watching. I was thinking, what was that? I mind didn't he? I remember. Yeah, I know.
I
don't even know his name. I remember it in the film.
It's a band I'm trying to remember.
What reminds me is when blank is Love Will Tear Us Apart. That's his main song, and I can't actually mind it. It's because I just got a charity shop and I thought, because the film was really good. Yeah.
I do mind that.
Yeah. I think it was near Manchester somewhere.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's a memorial. There's a big picture on me next to the train
Rochdale
station.
or something. I can't mind.
I'm going down to Manchester in 2 weeks, but like, you go to Piccadilly station, and it's a big picture of me mural.
We were in Manchester. We'd never seen that though. We've seen.
Yeah.
I don't know, like Coronation Street.
Oh, did
seen
you?
that. No, Coronation Street and.
Because I went down to Manchester and I was just went with my girlfriend, and I was saying, I said, is there any like thing with Oasis or like, and he said, it's about 10 minutes up the road, that's where they came from. It means we went up and there's a shop they sung about, and they've got a mural on the wall in the shop, and walking about the street and that where like they been grew up. I thought that was cool as fuck.
You'll not be going down to Manchester just now with all the tents on the road.
I seen that at Journey, it was down there. It was in the middle of the city centre. It was loads and loads of tents and that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is mental. But I mean, so you're speaking about going different gigs. Means is that you see in your rap scene? Is that what you call your like nights, or is it open mics? How
open mics?
The open mics. Means that's like a gig till means it's mental. You know one people who's definitely changed their rap game. I would say like, so I was going to speak about like British rap and all the rest of it, but like was Kneecap, because like they just went, right, we're going to speak about our area. And like they spoke about like all the Irish politics, and they rapped in their accent, and basically, I quite like the way when they won that Money Mind, and they split it between Catholic and Protestant. It was like, all right, we're just going to keep it for Catholics. So we're doing our art studio, and it's for Catholic and Protestant. You know, you have half. And
good idea.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
The way they done that. But I really like Kneecap. Some of their songs are good like that. But it was a good idea how they thought, right, we're going to make this Irish, you know, and that's what I
love the Irish, and they love the Scots. They love the Scots. When I was over there, they're similar, same Scottish people, caithness people, Celtic, yeah.
Even the caithness accent sounds Irish. I don't know how. Like every time you go down the road, you always think you're from Ireland.
Yeah, taxi drivers in Ireland was even saying that. They thought we were from some place in Northern Ireland.
Did Donegal by any chance?
Yeah, not Northern. I can't remember. He told us it was Kilkenny. No, I can't remember if it was Kilkenny. No, it wasn't Kilkenny. It was somewhere in Northern Ireland anyway.
It's like you ever seen that farmer guy? What's his name? A tractor guy, and he's you silly looking hoors. You ever seen him on TikTok? He sounds Caithness. I thought he was from Caithness, and I messaged him, and he was like, he's from Northern Ireland.
Yeah,
he's fucking so similar.
Yeah, definitely.
Paris. Have you ever listened to any Paris rappers? Like or any French rappers?
French rapper? No, I've not.
Honestly,
it's funny how you say that. It's funny. No, I have not.
You see when you got time, listen to them. They got such a nice tone. How like because I don't know. It's just this nice like their flow is really nice.
French accent.
Yeah, and rap. It's quite different. Yeah. Is that for open mics, or is that just for holiday?
Just a holiday just now, but you never know. Sometimes you're best not planning, being spontaneous.
Yeah.
Don't plan something and it turns end up being good, you know.
Yeah. Because you're saying you're thinking about going over to New York on the phone, or
we were planning that September.
Aye.
And I'll tell you where we're going to visit as well, and you'll like Staten Island.
That'd be amazing.
Staten Island. Wu-Tang shops there.
Yeah.
That's where they were originated, so we'll see how that goes anyway. But we're planning Paris after Dublin. Have you been to America yourself, Sean?
No, I would love to go to America. Definitely.
Yeah.
It'd be like I would love to go to like country America as well. I would love to go down to like Texas and that.
South and that, yeah.
But
Tennessee.
Oh, Mississippi. Daniels Land.
Yeah. Good music out there too. Yeah.
Is there any gigs coming up or any open mic nights you're thinking about or planning?
Nothing just now. Hopefully, just Dublin. Well, you know, I've never been to Dublin, and this is why. Hopefully, if I pass, if I pass in, seeing open mics on a night, I will go in.
Yeah.
And spit a verse.
Spit
a verse.
In the end of the day, like I say, with Kneecap opening up, and I'm sure it's going to be hundreds of people now going, well, Ireland's the place to be for, rap. Means goals. Is there any big goals, small goals? You got it.
My goals is to see him better himself just now. I feel like I'm too old now. I should have started when I was his age. I've said to him as well, get out of caithness if you want to sound good for yourself, music wise as well, because it's hard to make up here. You need to go south, start going south. And England's a start, but if you want to be really, really recognised, America, that's where to go. New York, where it started. East Coast, New York. That's where the rap game started.
When that started, what, in the 70s then? Or is it?
Well, it started from a different kind of jazz. I think that's where it originated from. Jazz. That's where the music came from.
Probably like South Bronx, isn't it? South Bronx is really funny.
I'm not sure. Well, that's where it'll be, or maybe Brooklyn. No?
Well, Brooklyn.
New York, anyway.
Would you move, or what's your plans, you think, for the future?
I mean, if the opportunity was there, 'cause I like producing, you know what I mean? That's the kind of things I like doing. So if there's an opportunity doing that, 100%, I'm not out of here anyway, you know what I mean? I'm not a stay up here, but definitely I would move down and do something like that. Move over, shall I say.
No, it'd be good. I mean, like, again, I think it's all sort of changed, like, compared to like me and Kevin's age, because like you do, like, the internet's such a big help, because it's like now you can look up and go, right, I want to see this company, who could I email, and you maybe throw about 20 emails. It's like back with us, first you go, well, I don't know how to get that address, and if you do get it, you're sending tapes off till
it's much easier now.
Good for promotion.
I mean, I believe TikTok's the best place to promote your music. Anything you do, TikTok, I would say, is the best place.
Really?
To promote that, 100%. I would say that. That's where everyone is.
Like,
you know.
TikTok's just took over the game in like 4 or 5 years now. I mind when I first went on TikTok, I thought, this is not for me. I came off it, and I should have stuck to it. But it was like, it's like, because you're getting thousands of views, but maybe money's not really there, but still, it's all to do with getting recognised.
Getting seen,
It's funny how you mentioned TikTok, Sean, because I've had umpteen people tell me, get your stuff on TikTok, get your stuff on TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, for shorts, clips, get yourself on TikTok. But maybe when there's keep on saying that, maybe that's what I should be doing. You know what I mean? But I've not done that yet. But we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get him to set one up for me.
Oh no!
It's that one video. It's only one video you need to go. It needs to go viral. You know what I mean? And that's it. It's that one video.
Like, you need to get that song on TikTok. Because I think like I've been listening to it, and it's like, I thought it was amazing, and I've got other people listening to it, and they all thought it was shit. Number 3 on what's the one way women singing. I'm dyslexic music. I can't read the words, but fuck it. It's in your mind.
Method Man.
Is it Method Man?
Method Man and Young Buck.
Yeah.
There's 3 rappers, including myself.
It's really good.
Yeah, she's a good singer, isn't she? Know?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, she came like off. I wasn't an original song. She was up actually. I mind there was a name of the song, but you know how Eminem will take a sample.
Yeah.
You take a sample of a woman's hook, put it on his songs. You know, that's what I've done with that.
Yeah.
So.
How does that work? Because I know DJs do this the whole time, and like they take little snippets and they make it their own, and I know rappers do it as well. But like, how do you avoid a copyright, or do you just go tweak it so much, or is it
sometimes, Sean, if you can get a dry vocal, if you can get a dry vocal and you work it from there. If not, you take an a cappella of hers.
Okay.
You know, and just try and mix it in with the beat, master it, and put your own effects on it. How it's going to fit in that instrumental. You know, you get your own instrumental, and then you have to, work about. Some takes longer than others, but It turned out good.
It turned out amazing, really good. The whole album's really good.
And we know who Method Man is. We know both know Method Man.
When did it first come out, the album?
You produced it,
Yeah, it would have been whenever I put it on YouTube. Can't even think. A few months ago anyway. Would have been last year?
I think it was last year, because I was speaking to you in the Cope and you let me listen to one or two songs there. And you're saying there's an album coming out.
We were doing that every single day.
Aye.
Every single day we were recording songs and all that. So it was,
That's
it was
cool.
good.
Thousands of pounds material though. Like you time you get your mic, you get your soundproof for your wall, your tiles, proper stuff. A good mic. You need a good mic for
definitely.
Recording, and all your. Good music will sound poor with a poor mic.
Yeah.
But you need good software as well. Software that you can. Dated software is no use.
No.
You need good software. Or we use Pro Tools. Don't ask me what Pro Tools it was, what version it is. He'll know. I'm just.
It works. It works fine.
I was just the artist.
It works fine. Crashed a few. I think it did crash a few times. I think we lost something one time. I'm pretty sure. But see, when we did lose something, we got something better then. That's a good thing. I can't remember what it was. But the next time we did was much better. So that, it was meant to be lost. And
you're like me. Some stuff's meant to be. Because I done it. I made a video and it was an hour and 20 minutes long. Loads and loads of footage. Put it all together, and then I went to a barbecue. Came back. Just wiped, lost it all. I was like, what? It's been at it for 3 months. So like this year's every night doing bits, and I got it. I was like, I'm done with this. Redone it, and then I lost it again, but I found it in the cloud in snippets. But it was good because the last product was the best.
Better,
But it's good. It's good you got your own studio. It means would anybody come along to it if they?
I was actually thinking about doing that before. I'd be up for. I would 100%. I'd take more people in. Something I would do.
That's one thing I was going to say, because I was saying that to people, is like, it's not really any recording studios up here as far as like, well, you got yourself, you made yours in your room. It's like people.
I remember we were speaking about before about taking people in and recording and stuff like that. There's not much up here, you know what I mean?
Aye, because it's like you go down in Edinburgh or Glasgow and that, and you actually got proper recording studios where you pay so much money to use it for. Even podcast studios as well, as like you pay £50 and they do all the work for you. Basically.
Well, it's funny how you say that as well, Sean, because you go down to down south, right? And you heard that vinyl yourself, you might not get as good production. You have to pay thousands to get a decent production like that. This is why talent like production. This is why a sound engineer, he needs to be recognised.
You definitely should be like that's my uncle's a sound engineer, and what is it like? That sounds amazing, Like, it's a really good album, But I never heard your other stuff, because I was just focused on that album, But how did you get in about it, and what made you start off?
Remixing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was just this guy. I remember this guy, DJ Mimo. Okay. We used to listen to him in the car and stuff like that. I just tried it one time. First one was terrible. I still have it up, but it was terrible. And it was one of my biggest ones I made on YouTube. DJ Mimo, he commented on it, so I was happy. But he's one of the biggest, remixers that are doing my kind of stuff. I just kind of started doing it. I got better and better. That's what helped me learn, production, is doing remixes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, it helped me a lot.
That's really cool, because I even mixing, like I said, I love editing, and I have tried it with decks and stuff, because I had a mate, Laurie Goldstein, and he lives in New York now, but he had a proper decks, and couldn't put heads or tails in it. We're sitting there smoking weed at night, thinking we're fucking cool, and my stuff was shit.
It's a good laugh, though. A good laugh to do that.
But I had a mate. He was maybe like yourself. He just had a knack. Like he just knew how to drop a beat in the right place. And, yeah. It wasn't for me. Mine went off when I smoked the joint. Means I Kev. Means when did you find it? When you could rap? When did you find the voice for that?
2009.
2009, aye.
On and off, 2009. Yeah. But I didn't find my voice. You find your voice as time goes on.
Okay.
And the more you rap on different beats, it's funny you say it because I didn't even recognise my flow, and then people were trying to tell me, and they were noticing it in some of the tracks, and some of the tracks, you know, the old school beats, that I had a similar flow to Biggie. Yeah. But I didn't know that because Biggie was never I never followed Biggie much.
No.
It's more Tupac I followed.
Yeah.
But it's old school, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like old school music.
It's such a talent to actually like spit out beats and have a rhythm. Like that's another thing I could not do that. I could try my best and it would just be shite. It'd be so bad.
Well, I've been
sorry about swearing about it.
I've been on the spot in parties, and when you're on the spot, you'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're on the spot and you're no one to say, "Oh, look, I better do that. Or I'm going to make a fool of myself." But yeah, you get respect when you do a bit of freestyle.
Yeah,
you do get a bit of respect. But
I was going to say, it means, like I'm just going to say about 8 Mile. You see that moment when he chokes, How much is that true? Like that must be like you must have had that a couple of times where you're like, all right, my mind's went blank, or does it just come at a moment and you're all right?
Yeah, it probably did happen. When he did do competitions, he came second.
Yeah.
Second in a competition, so that's good with Eminem. But also the 50 Cent film,
Yeah.
it was 70% true of his life.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
quite like 50 Cent too, it was different when he came along.
I mean, he was more like the 2000s then. Like he did have once he got shot. Like it was probably a blessing because it changed his voice. Yeah.
Well, I preferred his underground stuff.
Aye.
I heard some of his underground was far better.
Thing is, I want to say he's overrated, but he's not done. In my opinion, he's not done much. He's not done enough albums.
Yep.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. He's had hits, but it's not enough. Yeah.
I think that's what, like, because I like rap right up to, like, there's nothing against 50 Cent, but I think because everybody was into 50 Cent, and I think I've just found him commercial. It's a bit like yeah.
It's old stuff. Obviously, that's what happens. You know what I mean? You got underground stuff, and then they start getting noticed, and they get signed, and that's when their whole style changes. I've noticed that a lot. It happens a lot. It just changes as soon as they're signed. Kendrick Lamar, that happened. He was good before now. He's still good, but you know what I mean? It's just you have to change. You have to change to what people like now instead of what you got to do.
It's kind of selling yourself out because in one way you're like, well,
that's what they most do. They sell their souls now.
Yeah, basically. You're right. But I was just going to say that, right? You know, you got British rap, and like you probably mind this. And you got, what was it, garage music, and that was the start of British rap. And then they never really had a identity. And then when it came to, like, was it grime? They had that edgy, like a rap. You know, that sort of like I don't know. It's like their accent came about it.
Well, I'll tell you about grime. You know who the founder was?
No.
Wiley. Heard a rapper called Wiley?
Wiley.
He was a founder of grime.
Uh-huh.
A London rapper. But I never really took to grime. Maybe Devlin. That's all I took to.
Yeah.
Devlin, but not grime.
I always found the accent that was really sharp. It wasn't nice flowing, but it was like it did have their own identity by the time grime came. But when it was garage, it was like I know their influence is America, and you could see it. And then by grime, it's all right. They got their own identity. Same goes to Scottish rap. When it first came about, our mind was guys in Edinburgh and they were rapping, and I couldn't know if I could take it serious or not because it was nasally, and it was a horrible sound.
And then in Glasgow too.
And then that sort of nasally, and then they were like, and it was really nutty, and it's like, is this a joke or is this a, you know, it was but I mean, again, some people loved it. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that's been undiscovered.
Yeah.
As a musician, it's a shame. Because there is better out there than the best.
Yeah.
That's being commercialised, you know?
Yeah.
But I think, I'm going to be honest with you, the radio's spoilt music as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cutting and editing and no playing the
radio, I never knew this. I thought like the DJs who were on the radio picked the songs, and it wasn't it? It's the actual people.
Producer.
Yeah, and they said, well, you're playing this 10 songs. And that's what pushes it out there. But even the radio's mental how it's not dead now, because like you've got so many other things. Like even like we went with this podcast to like Caithness Radio, and they're like, oh, we watched your first pilot, and they never got back. It's like either get back and say we're not interested, or you know, I thought I'll just do it myself and try to find people up here who are in sort of artists and whatever.
Yeah, it's all preference. It's preference on the radio. But it's good to have somebody like yourself.
Yeah.
Coming up here, it's a good on you, you know. We need that, but hopefully also encourages other musicians as well.
I hope so, because I want to mix everything, like, you know, like if till rap, till somebody who's on the folk scene, or you know, Scottish music, or till thrash metal, you know,
acting,
anything, man, anything,
acting.
Again, it's nothing like that up here. Like I've been trying to get people to do short films with me. Like I did one the 48-hour challenge down in Inverness, and I posted it out there. Nobody was want to do it. I said, fuck it, I'll just do it myself. And I got an award for it. But I'm like, you know, it's just I think everybody's scared to go outside their box.
You were noticed on 2 doors down, though.
I got a badge here. It's a badge line up here. What is it? Where was that? It's outside Glasgow.
Yeah.
Means that's where it's based, but in the studios in what is it? Mine's went blank. Bridge. I can't mind it. I'll come back to me. But I was there for about a week, and you only see me for 2 months.
Still, I've not seen. No, I've seen no one do that. You know what I mean?
But no,
no one up here. No one.
No, I was doing that. I did it years ago, and then I went back to it, and then you get stuff in movies, was like Train Spotting and that, and then just TV shows and stuff, and it was good. That was
Well, it's funny how you say that as well, Sean, because I noticed we rappers, they do the music, and then they go on film. They do acting and stuff like that, and that's a good way to start as well. Yeah, I noticed a lot of good actors came from used to be rappers, and I think if they weren't a rapper, they wouldn't have got a chance in acting.
That's it.
So it's all to do with foundations as well.
Same goes like I keep speaking about podcasts, I keep speaking about wrestling now, but like there's a lot of Scottish wrestlers what end up on TV, and you're like, I'm not a guy, I've seen them, they're in Scott Squad or whatever. It's just mental because it's all kind of like it's a big fishbowl, but in it's all who you know. I think.
It's getting out that fishbowl.
Yeah.
To get recognised.
But in the same way, like TikTok's good in one way because you get loads and loads of views, but I think that's what they look for. I mean, you could be really talented and not get the same amount of views, and they're like, well, he's only got this amount of followers. Where I think that's a bit rubbish because if you actually give that person a chance, you would see, oh, he's actually more hardworking, or he's got a different. Yeah.
It's
what would help Wick in the art scene or in the music scene? What would if somebody threw money at Wick and went or caithness?
Well, was it PPP had a studio thing? What did they do here again? Was it PPP? What was that? A studio and stuff like that. It's the people. No matter what they do, it's the people up here that they want to put you doing it. It's main object because they're sad. So
It's sad. It is that mentality up here, like because you don't see many TikTokers up here. You don't see because they're so scared to be outside the box. But it's a shame because there's plenty of talent up here, like definitely in the music stuff. I mean, this is another thing I was thinking about. Like, means this is your first album now?
Yeah. That's no, it's not really my first vinyl. Not my first album.
No,
I've done other, but it never really took off. Where this one here, it was heard in America.
No, that's cool.
This is the thing that's the difference,
Yeah.
My first album was getting to learn to know the scene, how to make. Like I said before, I could always do poetry, but I still learning how to rap, find myself, and doing rap. And once you find it, your voice, your flow, your delivery, three main things. Once you find that, you can build from that. But your delivery, it's what you've got. Your delivery is what you've got.
Yeah.
You can't work on that because it's your voice, It's how but your flow, you can work on your flow.
Okay.
And I ended up doing, what got me better in rapping is doing rapping with, rappers from other places online. America, I done collaborations with other rappers online. Collaborations will get you a better artist.
Yeah.
Some people are too scared to do a collaboration online with another artist because they'll be showing up. But it's not. You don't worry about that. That's where you learn. You learn to be a better artist working with different artists.
Yeah.
And different styles. If you don't work with different artists and stuck in your own bubble, doing your own music, singles the whole time, you're not going to accomplish anything.
Yeah, you're right because you're totally right because I think even like doing this podcast and there's a lot of people who's like either not letting me down, but like there's been people coming along, but in the same way you're thrown out there, and I think you're a bit too scared just in case I'll be on YouTube and people might think this and me or think that, and I'm like, well, you need to do it. Because like I did podcasts where some wasn't much viewers on their podcast, but you don't know who sees it, and then I got me onto something else. I mean, it's like,
Well, anybody that wants to be a musician out there, don't worry what anybody else is thinking. Do your own thing.
Yeah.
You know, do your own thing. At the end of the day, you can either make it or break it.
Yeah. Because you kind of got to wear a top hat, like you know, like a showman thing, and go right. This is me pushing out my stuff and be a showman, and then this is me behind closed doors as a normal guy. You know, you got to have the two sides. Yeah.
Fair enough. If they love you, great. But if they hate you, just forget them.
I mean, I used to get keyboard warriors and be like posting up loads of shit, and then the thing is, at first I used to take it personally. You used to get maybe 20, and then maybe get 1 or 2 people that being a dick for the sake of being a dick, and then now it's like as long as they're speaking about it, it's any publicity is good publicity. Yeah, means
exactly any publicity. So yeah, but I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling anyway, so we're going to see how I get on. I think America, go over to America in September, hopefully. I think that's where I'm either going to I reckon I'm going to shine and show my stuff. I have to. If I go over there, I'm going to go somewhere and show what I can do.
I think if you're going traveling these places, you should look up for open mics and just push it, like and just like I mean I have a holiday, but like maybe it's an open mic down the road, just try it.
What's good about America, especially in New York, you see them freestyling on the corner of the streets.
Because you need to film that.
You need that.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. That will give you some, something better to look forward to. If you see that at the corner, Are you into all different kinds of music yourself?
Oh, I love mix everything. Me, it was metal when I was younger,
metal.
And then I went right down a rabbit hole with metal where it was like it's like I don't know, like Lamb of God is my cut-off point, where it's just got too heavy. And then again I had, because I hung about with skaters, it was all rap. Rap was a thing, and then dance when I got to my late teens, early 20s, and then Bob Dylan was when I used to sit and chill. I used to listen to a lot of folk. I loved folk music. It's anything country. A lot.
Linkin Park.
The thing about Linkin Park, I like them now, but when I was younger, I never did, because I was like, this is all too commercial. This is not metal.
Yeah, what a voice.
You thinking about bringing a new album out, or you ever going to go? Where's this?
I reckon I'll come back. I reckon he will at one point anyway, because he stops. I don't know. I remember he stopped for a few years and he came back to this. He'll probably do the same thing. I reckon he will.
Yeah,
do something else.
I would easily do a music video, man. Like if you're ever watching music videos,
that's what you need to do. Music videos, stuff like that. That helps. I reckon that would have helped.
Yeah, I would like a music video. To do a music video, but also like other rappers in it too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be honest with you. I prefer collabs, working in collabs than my own singles.
Yeah.
And collabs seems to. I just like collabs. You notice in that there's a lot of collabs.
Oh, it's loads of collabs, yeah. Who's the most famous one? Because I'm sure there's like because have you ever had any like famous rappers on your stuff like collabing with you or this?
Well, I'll tell you, over half of them on this vinyl is either
Right.
Well, he's I've done a few tracks with this guy Cinema. He makes his own beats, New York. If you can see, there's a couple of songs there with him on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, there.
Did you have to pay for them coming on, or did you just went? Could you help?
Some of them was remixes.
Yeah.
Yes, but the ones on my own and the ones with Cinema on it, yeah. They came on with me, they everyone that. So nobody's done remixes up here, so I try something different.
Yeah.
And I probably got my notice better in America as well.
See how you're saying like you keep starting and stopping. Is that sort of like, because you're a creative guy? Means is it like you need to come back because you got this like itch, because like I do it sometimes. I'm like, I'm done for a wee while because I burnt myself out, or I'm done because like I'm not getting the recognition on something, or.
Well, it's funny how you say it is because it can be to do with your mental health as well. Mental health can affect your music. Now, if you've got mental health going on in here, and you've got nobody to speak to about it, but you can let it go on a pen, you can do it on a pen. That's where you most feel comfortable. Getting your style and what you're feeling on a pen, from a pen onto paper. Now that's what I've done with that.
See, I know that makes a lot of sense. Like I think sometimes sometimes I just shut down, and then like if I'm drawing or writing, I can express myself better because because it's on a bit of paper instead of like if somebody went and say, I'm fine, I'm all right. Hide it with a laugh and a smile.
I think when it comes to music, right, if I wanted somebody to hear like my music or my poetry first, I'd rather them to hear my poetry. That's the thing.
People care about too much about beat and all that. So it's not exactly. And I realised that, people listen to it and go like that, but not listen to what they're saying or anything like that, you know what I mean? Just the beat, that's all they're worried about. That's a problem actually with music now, is that no one's worried what they're saying. I mean, they could be talking about saying 1, 2, 3, 4, counting to 100, but it's flowing, you know what I mean? So that's good, that's got a leggy beat. That's what I've noticed now. There's no poetry, there's no creativity.
You're bang on. I mind is it Ice Cube, and he said that I think he stopped the car because his girlfriend goes and says, no, I don't listen to the actual lyrics. She just listens to the beat, and he said, what?
That's a problem.
No, you're 100% right, like that. Because even your poetry, I think that'd be quite cool to see out on like paper, written down.
That's what a lot of people says. People's asked how do you manage to? How can I do it? How could you manage to write your whole life in one song? Because most songs, it's got 48 bars, and you have to write your whole song on your life or on somebody else's life in 48 bars. But you can do it. Multi-rhymes, multi-bars. You can fit in 2 lines, 2 bars, you could fit in half a dozen bars. It's what you call multi-bars or multi-rhymes. So that's how you can tell a story. I mean, people will ask, how can you tell a story in one song? But you can.
You definitely can see you got talent for your storyteller. Like that's a hard thing to do because means how do you come up with like poetry first? You just listen to certain tunes and then that gets you in the mood, or is it this is your way?
I find a tune first. I find a beat. I find the instrumental. Not every instrumental is going to be to my taste. It's same as yourself, But when I find one and I feel I can write to it, I'm feeling it at a time. That's how you
get the emotion from the beat as well. As well.
Okay,
yeah.
I know you're right again. Like I'm sitting there, if I'm listening, going down Inverness, and I've got music, and sometimes I could listen to Eminem, and I could listen to his second album, and then all of a sudden I feel like I fucking want to write a rap song, because maybe that song's got me in the flow.
Look at the Eminem stuff, You know how you get main vocal on your backing vocal on music. He goes over every word as a backing vocal because his voice is not strong enough.
Oh, is it?
You know what I mean? And for a beat instrumental, because it's not powerful enough, so he goes over every word. I only go over parts of it, which most rappers do.
But I would like to see like your stuff when it's written down, like either in a book or something, because it's like, because I bet your lyrics are like amazing, because it's like you say, like you hear rappers now and they're not singing about anything. They're singing about, like you're singing about your life. You're singing about, feelings.
I'd rather. This makes sense to you, Sean.
Nah.
I would rather my poetry to get promoted, heard before my actual music.
Right.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, no, it makes total sense.
Somebody would feel it here, like the music. The music's more for they listen to the beat first.
Yeah.
That's no. Don't just bob your head to the beat. You know what I mean? Listen to the lyrics.
Because my girlfriend, she's doing Belladrum, and she's doing poetry at Belladrum, and it's like so many, like, and it's like there's a few of her friends, and then she's been picked, and I was like, oh, fuck, I never knew that. And I'm like, that's cool to be in Belladrum, even if it's 5 people, it's still about a good. Yeah. And
She's not heard my music yet though.
No, she has. She loved that song. Like
Did she?
that,
Oh,
that's what I'm
good.
saying. Like that song, you need to get on TikTok.
Yeah,
Definitely before summer, man, because I think that would be a thing like.
When I say so, I would say like I say, TikTok's the best.
Because
Because there's all age ranges as well on TikTok. Everyone's on TikTok, whether they like it or not. They're addicted to it. When they see a video they like, they'll like it and they'll look for more. You know what I mean? That's what they do.
I honestly, TikTok is like the worst thing. You see, if you're done, I could spend a whole day just flicking through TikTok, and I wasted 8 hours doing nothing. I was like, it was a couple of weeks ago, and I was just lying in my bed, just fucking flicking through TikTok. There we go again. It's crack at it. I mean, I know I'm the same. So sometimes you give up, but because you got that talent and you love being creative, you go back to that. I do it.
I've got a studio here as well, Sean, as well, and we've had people, right, asking, "Oh, can we record your stuff at the studio?" You know, but they didn't seem to realise the stuff we can do at that studio. They would have to pay thousands of pounds to go into another studio.
I know.
But they're expecting it done for nothing up here, and no.
I think that's one thing you could look at. I mean, like, if what is it? Even if it's just to start off with, like, I totally get like the whole money thing, because it's like it's the stuff I've done, and people are like, "Oh, thanks." You know how long that took. You're thinking that was 2 minutes work because it was a 2 minute.
As you know, 10-minute job. Sometimes it can take a couple of days, maybe actually a week. For one song.
I mean, like, what is it? Somebody, well, it was my dad who was saying, he was telling people, it was like 2 minutes, like I was doing 2-minute videos on the BBC, or different things, and he goes, he gets paid for it. It was like, people think it was just 2 minutes. It took me 2 weeks, and the time sending it back and forward and tweak this, change that, and it wasn't even my thing at the end of it. It was like,
Uncle, shout out to him, because it's not an easy thing to do.
Definitely not. Like
because you do get the ones up here that does it, rappers. I've not heard any really sound engineers that are doing rock or anything like that, like my age and that, you know.
Right.
They more go to the pubs and that and then sing. But you're only getting noticed with doing that up here.
Yeah. I think like there are a few sound engineers up here, isn't there? There are quite a...
I always believed, right, Sean, that you pay for what you get.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're wanting mediocre stuff, you pay for mediocre.
Yeah.
If you're wanting good quality, you go to this man.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
I mean, also, I would do it for free. I would, but I'm not going to, like, but it's because I like doing it.
Yeah.
So if I could get off with doing it for free, I would, because I like doing it. But no, I'm not doing it for free.
Because in how are you ever going to build a name for yourself?
Exactly.
Even if you done it for like so much money and then slowly get a reputation and then
put it up. That's what I was thinking. I wouldn't put stupid prices first, but you know, it's my time.
Oh, definitely. Did you ever used to do it the old school way by like getting a tape player and press and play, and then having music in the background and wrapped over the top of it, or was yours quite clean? Mixing.
What, like raw?
Yeah, raw.
No, you mean in video?
Well, like raw, just like what, like actual, just in the middle of the room, putting the tape in, pressing a chord, and then maybe you got a beat in the background, and then you're just rapping over the top of it, like in a like really DIY or
like freestyling on a beat. No, I used to do it the whole time.
Aye,
do it the whole time. I put it on the beats and parties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would take the music they would be listening to, and I would put an instrumental on it in other people's houses, and then I would start freestyling.
Yeah,
and they did like it.
They
did like it because they a bit upsetting as well, how I never made it up here. Got enough people to listen to music up here, but it works for people and it doesn't work for others.
No, I get you. It's just like you're doing something so good, and then it's right place at the right time, and it is who you know. It's like, I mind somebody saying that it's like all who you know, because there's a little bit of talent, but it's all who you know.
I mean, I think that's why, as you say, you're saying the Vandal earlier on. I think that's really why he even moved away, because he wasn't even getting much of up here.
Yeah. See, I kind of like the only reason like I knew about Vandal. I really liked his album cover. I liked that much. I put it on my book. I end up sitting on the train track and I was like, oh, this is a really good. But I like I don't know. Like again, I was listening to his stuff not long ago. But
remember I seen his video one time. Video production's
who does that for him? Yeah. Yeah. I was watching a few stuff and I was like, I wonder who does that, because again,
The Fiat Pinto.
Is that one? Yeah,
When he put in fire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that. Fair play to him. You know what I mean? Fair play to him.
But it's good. It's good you're like that, because I think everybody should like work together, because it's like so many people like definitely down the road they're bitter. Is like, no, he's not getting on this spot, you know, and they're all wanting to shit on one another, but they're all doing the same thing. Yeah.
I'm seeing that you're doing your thing though.
I'm doing the podcast.
Yeah, you're doing your thing.
No, it's all came about like because I moved up here and it wasn't my plan. But I thought, well, let's try and network with people up here, and I do this for and post it a bit. And I do well. I've got a couple of films on Prime, so I was quite chuffed with that.
You're doing something Prime.
Aye,
That's good.
I got on that.
That's good.
Like it was one video. What is it? Monkey Culture. And it was for, in fact, it was, what was it for? Well, my best mate passed away, and we made this little short video, what do you call it, tribute video for him, because I wasn't sure how to sort of deal with it. And then I thought I got all this footage, means I edit it all together, and I got my mates come back 20 years later and we're speaking and watching it. And then we thought, well, we have a night for him, means we put it on the cinema, and then it only cost 20 quid. And then I was like, I'm going to get it on Prime, and you're never getting it on Prime. And then it took me a year to go through different companies, and then they took it. And then because I think it was just like raw. I think that's why people took it.
Shout out to you, shout out to you. That's good.
And then I did a wrestling one this year, but that was that. It was just to do with like indie wrestling. And that was alright.
Wrestling. So I think what put me off of wrestling is. Good actors, you know. It's stunts.
Yeah, it is. It's a stunt.
But what put me off is too many people believed it was real. You know, and then you try telling them, they get hurt over it.
Yeah, I know. I think with wrestling, it's choreographed stunt fight, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's good storytelling as well.
Yeah.
I think that's I don't know, like when I always go back to it, it's like nostalgia for me. Like if I'm feeling a wee bit down, I watch wrestling, and it's old school wrestling. It's just nostalgia, I think.
But you've been a good host.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.
I was good to see you. I haven't seen you in ages, man.